Persuasion mastery. How to get anything you want from anyone. Let's start with a simple truth. Life is negotiation. Every day you persuade others and yourself about what to eat, which job to take, how to spend time, or why your idea deserves support. But persuasion isn't just about talk. It's about influence, connection, and creating win-win outcomes. Whether you're convincing a client to sign a contract, inspiring your team, negotiating a raise, or even convincing your kids to clean their room, persuasion shapes your reality. And here's the best part. It's a skill anyone can master. This chapter isn't about manipulation or trickery. It's about understanding human psychology, building trust, and communicating with clarity and confidence. We'll explore timeless principles, practical techniques, and real-world examples to help you become someone others naturally want to listen to, agree with, and support. Think of it as your roadmap to unlocking opportunities, strengthening relationships, and achieving goals you once thought out of reach. Let's begin with the foundation, the core principles of persuasion. These are universal laws of human behavior, proven by science and refined by experience. Master them, and you'll have the tools to influence any situation. The first principle is trust. People don't say yes to strangers or to someone they doubt. Trust is the currency of persuasion. Without it, even the most logical argument falls flat. How do you build trust quickly? Start with transparency. Share a small vulnerability or admit a past mistake. For example, imagine you're pitching a new business idea to a skeptical colleague. Instead of pretending you've never failed, say, "Last year I tried something similar and it flopped. But here's what I learned." Suddenly, you're human, relatable, and credible. Next is empathy. Persuasion isn't about overpowering someone's viewpoint. It's about understanding it. Listen deeply, without interrupting, to uncover what truly motivates the other person. Ask questions like, "What concerns you most about this?" Or, "What would success look like for you?" When people feel heard, they're far more open to compromise. Now let's talk about reciprocity. This is the idea that humans feel obligated to return favors. If you want someone to support your project, start by offering help with theirs. It could be as simple as sharing a useful article or introducing them to a contact. The key is to give genuinely, without expectation. When you do, people instinctively want to repay you. Then there's social proof. We look to others to decide what's right or safe. If you're trying to convince a client to work with you, highlight testimonials from past customers. Or, in a group setting, point out how many colleagues already support your idea. Phrases like, "Most teams in our company have adopted this strategy," trigger the subconscious urge to follow the crowd. Authority is another powerful lever. People defer to experts, but you don't need a PhD to demonstrate authority, just knowledge and confidence. Wear professional attire for a pitch meeting. Cite data in conversations. Even your posture matters. Standing tall signals competence. Scarcity taps into our fear of missing out. When something seems limited, we want it more. If you're selling a product, try, "We only have 5 spots left this month." If you're negotiating a job offer, frame your skills as rare. "My background in X and Y makes this approach possible," something most candidates can't deliver. Finally, commitment and consistency. Once people say yes to a small request, they're more likely to agree to bigger ones later. A charity might ask for a tiny donation first, knowing donors will give more over time. In your life, start with a low-stakes agreement before asking for something bigger. These principles aren't just theories, they're tools you can use daily. But persuasion also requires rapport. Let's dive into how to build instant connections, even with strangers. Rapport is the bridge between strangers and allies. Without it, persuasion feels transactional. With it, it feels natural. The fastest way to build rapport? Active listening. Not just nodding while you wait your turn to speak, but fully focusing on the other person. Paraphrase their words. "So what you're saying is..." Ask follow-up questions. "How did that make you feel?" When you listen like this, people relax and open up. Another technique is mirroring. Subtly mimic the other person's body language, tone, and even word choice. If they cross their legs, do the same. If they speak formally, match their style. Mirroring creates subconscious comfort. It's why salespeople often adopt a client's accent or slang. Find common ground as quickly as possible. Shared experiences or interests build instant trust. If you're meeting a new client, scan their office for clues, a sports trophy, a photo from a conference. Say, "I see you were at the marketing summit. What did you think of the keynote?" Suddenly, you're not just vendors and buyers, you're peers. Now let's talk about storytelling. Facts inform, but stories inspire. When you share a personal anecdote, you engage emotions, making your message memorable. Imagine you're trying to secure funding for a startup. Instead of listing stats, tell the story of the first time you tested your product. I'll never forget the look on Sarah's face when she realized this app saved her 3 hours a day. Stories like this create empathy and urgency. Structure your stories with a clear beginning, middle, and end. Start with context. 2 years ago, I was stuck in traffic, late for a meeting. Then introduce a challenge. My client was furious. I risked losing their account. Finally, resolve it. That's when I decided to work remotely, saving time and building better trust. Emotion is your secret weapon. People make decisions based on how something makes them feel, then justify it with logic. Use words that evoke emotion. Imagine how much more time you'll have for your family, or picture yourself stress-free on your dream vacation. Help them visualize the outcome, and they'll chase it. But what about objections? Every no is a chance to dig deeper. When someone resists, don't argue. Instead, ask, "What about this doesn't work for you?" Often, objections mask deeper fears. A client might say, "Your price is too high," when they're really worried about ROI. Address the root cause. "I understand cost is a concern. Let me show you how this investment pays for itself in 6 months." Reframe the conversation to focus on benefits, not features. Instead of saying, "This course has 10 modules, try," you'll gain the skills to double your income in a year. Sell the transformation, not the tool. Ethics matter. Persuasion should empower, not exploit. Always ask, "Would I recommend this if I were in their shoes?" If not, reconsider. Long-term success comes from integrity. Practice makes perfect. Role-play tough conversations with a friend. Record yourself speaking and critique your tone and pace. The more you practice, the more natural persuasion becomes. In closing, persuasion isn't about manipulation, it's about connection. When you lead with trust, empathy, and value, you'll find people eager to support your vision. Start small. Try one technique this week. Notice how people respond. Reflect, adjust, and grow. Remember, every no is a step closer to yes. Every conversation builds your skill. Stay curious, stay persistent. And soon you'll wonder how you ever lived without these tools. You've got this. Now go out there and persuade the world, one conversation at a time. Let's dive deeper into the art of influence. Imagine walking into a room and instantly commanding respect. People lean in when you speak. They nod, agree, and take action, not because you demand it, but because they want to. This is the power of persuasion done right. Let's revisit trust, because it's the bedrock of all influence. Trust isn't built overnight, but small actions accelerate it. One of the fastest ways? Consistency. Do what you say you'll do every time. If you promise to email someone by Friday, do it. Reliability signals integrity. Another trust builder? Shared values. People gravitate toward those who align with their beliefs. If you're pitching a sustainability project to a CEO who volunteers at an animal shelter, emphasize how your plan protects ecosystems and wildlife. This initiative ensures cleaner rivers for future generations, ties your goal to their personal mission. Now let's tackle empathy in high-stakes situations. Suppose a team member is resisting a deadline change. Instead of insisting, acknowledge their perspective. "I know this timeline is tight. What obstacles do you foresee?" Listen, then problem solve together. When people feel respected, resistance melts away. Reciprocity works wonders in networking. Attend a conference, and instead of handing out your business card immediately, ask how you can help others first. Offer a connection or resource. Later, when you reach out, you'll stand out, not as another solicitor, but as a collaborator. Social proof isn't just for marketing. In everyday life, it's about showing alignment. If you're trying to convince friends to try a new restaurant, say 300 people rated this 5 stars last month, or Sarah and John went last week and raved about it. Proof reduces risk in their minds. Authority isn't about ego, it's about competence. Share credentials briefly but confidently. I've led 50 projects like this, or I've trained teams at companies like X. Let your expertise speak without boasting. Scarcity creates urgency, but use it authentically. If you're a freelancer, I only have capacity for 2 more clients this quarter. Works better than fake deadlines. This rate expires tonight. Be honest. Urgency without integrity backfires. Commitment and consistency thrive on small wins. If you want your partner to join you at the gym, start by asking them to pack a workout bag. Once they agree, suggest a trial week. Each step primes them for the next. Building rapport isn't just for strangers. Strengthen existing relationships by practicing gratitude. Thank colleagues for specific contributions. Your analysis in yesterday's meeting clarified everything. Recognition deepens loyalty. Mirroring works verbally too. If a client says, "I need a solution that's scalable," use their words. This plan scales with your growth. Matching language builds subconscious alignment. Common ground thrives on curiosity. Ask open-ended questions. How did you get into this industry? Or, what's your favorite part of your job? People love discussing themselves, and you'll uncover angles to strengthen your pitch. Storytelling gains traction when you involve the listener. Instead of, "I launched a business," say, "Imagine starting a company with no savings. That's where I was 5 years ago." Inviting them into the narrative makes it personal. Emotional appeals work best when tailored. Selling a home security system? A parent cares about safety. A retiree cares about independence. Say, "You'll sleep better knowing your family's protected," or "Live worry-free while traveling." Handling objections starts with validation. That's a valid concern. Then pivot. Let's explore how we can address it. Avoid dismissive phrases like, "Don't worry about that." Acknowledge, then reframe. Ethics demands self-awareness. If persuading someone feels manipulative, pause. Ask, "Am I serving their needs or mine?" True persuasion benefits both parties. Practice daily. At the grocery store, ask for a discount on bulk items. At work, volunteer to lead a meeting. Every interaction sharpens your skill. In the next section, we'll explore advanced techniques, leveraging body language, mastering vocal tone, and adapting to personality types. For now, remember, persuasion is a journey. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Take a deep breath. You're already on your way to mastering influence, and the world is waiting to hear your voice. Let's keep going. Body language shapes persuasion more than words. Studies suggest up to 93% of communication effectiveness comes from nonverbal cues. So, first impressions matter. Stand tall, smile warmly, and make eye contact. These signals project confidence and approachability. Mirroring body language builds rapport. If someone leans forward, subtly mirror them. Avoid copying outright, they'll sense it, but aim for harmony. Crossed arms, shift to open gestures, palms exposed, shoulders relaxed. Eye contact is critical. Gaze at the listener's eyes or forehead, never the chin or chest. In virtual meetings, look at the camera to simulate connection. Gestures animate your message. Use hands to emphasize points. This project will grow tenfold while spreading your hands apart. Avoid fidgeting or stiff posture. It distracts. Your voice carries weight. Vary tone to maintain interest. Monotone speech bores. Passion engages. Pause after key points to let them sink in. For example, this isn't just a product. Pause. It's a solution to your biggest challenge. Speak at a moderate pace. Too fast and you seem nervous. Too slow and you lose momentum. Practice reading aloud to refine rhythm. Confidence isn't about volume. It's about clarity. Enunciate words. Avoid filler phrases like or like. Replace them with silence. Pauses command attention. Adapting to personality types elevates persuasion. Some people are analytical, they want data. Others are emotional, they crave stories. Learn to identify styles quickly. For the analytical type, focus on facts. Use spreadsheets, timelines, and ROI calculations. Limit small talk. They value efficiency. With the emotional type, prioritize connection. Ask about their day. Use phrases like, I understand this is a big decision. How do you feel about it? The driver type hates wasting time. Be direct. Here's the problem and my solution. Questions? Respect their authority. The amiable type fears conflict. Reassure them. We'll navigate challenges together. Build trust gradually. Negotiation tactics deserve their own spotlight. Aim higher than your target. This gives room to compromise. If you want $100, ask for $120. Concession making earns goodwill. Since you're a valued client, I'll reduce the price by 10%. The feel, felt, found method disarms objections. I understand how you feel, others felt the same way, but they found that. This validates concerns while redirecting focus. Power phrases boost persuasion. Use we instead of I to foster teamwork. Replace but with and to avoid negation. I see your point and here's another angle. Questions keep conversations flowing. Use what if we tried X, or how would this impact your goals? Questions engage listeners. They mentally answer, investing in the outcome. Finally, know when to walk away. If a deal harms your values or finances, decline gracefully. I appreciate the opportunity, but this isn't the right fit. Walking away often brings the other party back to the table. As we wrap this segment, reflect. What's one technique you'll try tomorrow? Maybe active listening in a meeting, or mirroring a client's tone. Small steps compound into mastery. Persuasion isn't a magic bullet. It's a skill honed through practice, observation, and adaptability. Every conversation teaches you something. Celebrate wins, learn from setbacks, and keep growing. You're now equipped with tools to influence ethically and effectively. The rest is up to you. Go build connections, share value, and achieve your boldest goals. And remember, the world rewards those who lead with empathy, clarity, and courage. You're not just learning persuasion, you're becoming a force for positive change. Let's move forward. Influence thrives on preparation. Before any key conversation, research your audience. What do they value? What challenges keep them awake at night? The more you know, the better you tailor your approach. Craft a clear objective. Do you want a signature, a commitment, or simply to plant a seed? Define success up front. If negotiating a salary, your goal might be $90,000, but you'll ask for $95,000, knowing compromise is likely. Anticipate objections. List every possible no and prepare responses. If selling a service, expect price pushback. Counter with ROI. This investment saves you 10 hours weekly, worth X dollars in productivity. Script pivotal phrases. While spontaneity matters, rehearsing key lines boosts confidence. For example, based on our discussion, here's how I propose we move forward. Dress for the role you want. Clothing affects how others perceive you and how you feel. In high-stakes meetings, wear attire that signals competence and aligns with the company culture. Arrive early to reduce stress. Rushing fuels anxiety, calmness fuels persuasion. Use extra time to review notes or practice deep breathing. During conversations, stay present. Silence your phone. Close your laptop. Divided attention screams disinterest. Use the listener's name occasionally. Sarah, how does this align with your vision? Names personalize interactions, enhancing connection. Avoid jargon. Simplify complex ideas. Think of this tool like a personal assistant for your data. Analogies bridge understanding. Highlight urgency sparingly. Overuse breeds skepticism. Instead of act now or miss out, try. Given our timeline, I'd love to finalize this by Friday to keep momentum. Collaborate on solutions. Ask, how can we structure this to work for both of us? Shared ownership increases buy-in. Close with clarity. At the end of a meeting, summarize next steps. I'll send the contract by Wednesday. Once you review, we'll schedule implementation. No ambiguity, just action. Follow up promptly. Send a thank you note or recap email within 24 hours. Reinforce enthusiasm. I'm excited to see this project launch. Celebrate milestones, even small ones. After a successful pitch, treat yourself to coffee. Positive reinforcement builds momentum. Reflect on outcomes. What worked? What would you change? Journaling insights accelerates growth. Surround yourself with mentors. Learn from persuasive colleagues. How would you handle this client? Fresh perspectives reveal blind spots. Stay curious about human behavior. Read books on psychology, watch TED Talks, or attend workshops. Growth never stops. Above all, believe in your worth. Persuasion isn't about trickery, it's about sharing value confidently. When you internalize this truth, your influence soars. Now go out there and persuade with purpose. The world needs your voice. Let's keep building your toolkit. Negotiation is a dance of mutual benefit. To lead it well, understand the other side's priorities as deeply as your own. Ask, beyond this deal, what larger goals are you aiming for? Their answer reveals leverage points. Concession making should feel strategic, not desperate. Give a little, then ask for something in return. Since we've adjusted the timeline, could we increase the budget by 5%? Fair exchange maintains respect. The nibble tactic secures small extras after agreement. Once a client accepts your proposal, add, would you like a complimentary training session to maximize results? It boosts value without reopening negotiations. Anchor your terms early. First offers set the tone. If you wait, the other party might anchor you to their terms. Confidently state your position. Based on industry standards, my rate is X dollars per hour. Trade, don't give. If asked to lower your price, negotiate elsewhere. I can reduce costs by scaling back deliverables. Which features are most critical to you? Protect your worth. BATNA, best alternative to a negotiated agreement, is your safety net. Know your options before entering talks. If a job offer lacks benefits, what other opportunities exist? BATNA empowers you to walk away if needed. Silence is your ally. After stating your terms, resist the urge to fill the void. Let the other person process. Often, they'll counter without pressure. Bundling items increases perceived value. Instead of itemizing fees, package services, this all-inclusive plan covers setup, support, and optimization. Bundles simplify decisions. If tension rises, reset with empathy. I sense we're at an impasse. Let's revisit our shared goals and brainstorm solutions. Realigning priorities often unlocks progress. Patience pays off. Rush deals breed regret. Take time to review contracts or proposals thoroughly. I'll get back to you tomorrow signals thoughtfulness, not hesitation. Power phrases elevate persuasion. How do you propose we resolve this? Invites collaboration. Let's find a win-win reinforces mutual benefit. Avoid ultimatums unless prepared to walk away. Take it or leave it burns bridges. Instead, explore alternatives. What terms would work for you? Document agreements promptly. Send a summary email outlining terms. Misunderstandings vanish with clarity. Gratitude closes doors gracefully. Even if a deal fails, thank the person. I appreciate your time. Let's stay in touch. Future opportunities may arise. Influence extends beyond deals. It shapes leadership. As a manager, persuade through vision. Paint a compelling picture of the future. Together, we can build a team that sets the industry standard. Empower your team by delegating authority. Say, you own this project. Make decisions that align with our mission. Autonomy fuels motivation. Celebrate wins publicly. Acknowledge contributions in meetings or emails. Recognition inspires loyalty. Coach, don't criticize. When performance slips, ask, what support do you need to succeed? Collaborative problem solving builds trust. Model the behavior you seek. Demonstrate integrity, work ethic, and empathy. Leaders who walk the talk earn unwavering respect. Persuasion thrives on emotional intelligence. Recognize team members' moods. If stress runs high, adjust deadlines or offer flexibility. People work harder for leaders who care. Conflict resolution demands neutrality. When tensions flare, mediate with calm. Let's hear both perspectives and find common ground. Fairness restores harmony. Visionary leaders inspire through storytelling. Share tales of past challenges overcome. 5 years ago, we were half our size. Look how far we've come. Narratives unite teams. Stay adaptable. Markets shift. Strategies evolve. Communicate changes clearly. Here's why we're pivoting and what it means for us. Uncertainty fades with transparency. Persuasion isn't confined to boardrooms or pitches. It enriches personal relationships too. With family, lead with love. If persuading a partner to try therapy, frame it as growth. Let's invest in our relationship. Avoid blame. Focus on shared happiness. Friends respect boundaries. If declining a favor, say, I wish I could help, but my schedule's full. Let me connect you with someone who might assist. Offer alternatives to preserve goodwill. In social circles, persuade through authenticity. Be the person others trust, someone who listens, supports, and uplifts. Influence follows naturally. Health and fitness goals benefit from persuasion too. Want to quit junk food? Frame it positively. Eating clean gives me energy to play with my kids. Internal motivation beats deprivation. Financial persuasion starts with budgeting. Visualize goals. Saving $500 monthly means a tropical vacation next year. Make sacrifices meaningful. Community involvement expands influence. Volunteer locally. Mentor youth. Actions inspire others to join causes. Even in dating, persuasion hinges on connection. Instead of listing accomplishments, ask questions. What's something you're passionate about? Genuine interest builds attraction. Ultimately, persuasion is life mastery. It's how you turn ideas into action, strangers into allies, and dreams into reality. So what's next? Start today. Pick one relationship, one goal, one conversation where you'll apply these tools. Notice how people respond. Adjust, iterate, grow. Share your knowledge. Teach a colleague the power of active listening. Coach a friend on confidence. Influence multiplies when shared. Stay hungry for growth. Read voraciously. Seek feedback. Embrace challenges as learning opportunities. And above all, believe in your ability to persuade ethically and effectively. You have everything you need within you. Now go out and make it happen. The world is waiting. Let's keep pushing forward. Every great persuader knows that influence begins with self-awareness. Before you can sway others, you must understand your own motivations, biases, and communication style. Spend time reflecting. What triggers your defensiveness? When do you compromise too quickly? Awareness is the first step to mastery. Confidence is cultivated, not inherited. If self-doubt creeps in, practice affirmations. I am prepared. I add value. I deserve this opportunity. Visualization helps too. Picture yourself nailing a presentation or closing a deal. The mind believes what it repeatedly envisions. Resilience turns setbacks into stepping stones. If a pitch fails, ask, what can I learn here? Maybe the timing was off, or the message needed clarity. Every no brings you closer to yes. Curiosity fuels connection. Ask questions not just to persuade, but to understand. What's the most rewarding part of your job? Or how did you develop your leadership style? People open up when they feel genuinely seen. Gratitude transforms interactions. Express appreciation freely, whether to a barista, a client, or a loved one. A simple, thank you for your hard work, fosters goodwill and loyalty. Integrity is non-negotiable. If you promise something, deliver, even if it's inconvenient. Reputation is built over years but lost in moments. Adaptability keeps you relevant. Markets shift, technologies evolve. Stay agile by learning continuously. Take online courses, attend webinars, or shadow a mentor. Growth is the antidote to stagnation. Public speaking skills amplify influence. Practice speaking in front of a mirror or recording yourself. Focus on clarity, pacing, and pauses. Join a Toastmasters club to build confidence and receive structured feedback. Written communication matters too. Emails, proposals, and social media posts should be clear, concise, and compelling. Edit ruthlessly. Every word should serve a purpose. Networking is about nurturing relationships, not collecting contacts. Follow up with people you meet. Congratulate them on achievements. Share articles relevant to their interests. Be generous without expectation. Time management ensures you're present where it counts. Block time for high-impact tasks like strategizing pitches or building rapport. Avoid distractions that drain energy. Health fuels performance. Prioritize sleep, nutrition, and exercise. A sharp mind and energized body make you a more persuasive, resilient individual. Mindfulness reduces stress and enhances focus. Practice deep breathing before big meetings. Meditate for 5 minutes daily. Presence allows you to listen deeply and respond thoughtfully. Legacy thinking shifts your perspective. Ask, how do I want to be remembered? Influence isn't just about short-term wins. It's about building a reputation that lasts decades. Generosity scales your impact. Mentor someone. Share your story. Help others rise. It reflects well on you and expands your network. Joy sustains excellence. Celebrate milestones, laugh at mistakes, and enjoy the journey. Passion is contagious. When you love what you do, others will too. Now take a moment, breathe. You've absorbed a wealth of strategies, principles, and mindset shifts. But knowledge alone isn't power. Action is. What will you do differently tomorrow? Maybe you'll mirror a colleague's body language to build rapport. Perhaps you'll lead with empathy in a tough conversation. Or maybe you'll reframe an objection with the feel, felt, found method. Start small, stack habits, progress compounds. And remember, persuasion isn't about changing who you are. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, someone who connects deeply, communicates clearly, and creates value wherever they go. You already have the tools. Now it's time to use them. Go out there and persuade the world. The end, or rather, the beginning.